There's a situation in Boston that has garnered national attention that we want to focus on right now, as a patient has been removed from the heart transplant wait list because he declines to receive a COVID-19 vaccine. 31-year-old DJ Ferguson has been in Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston since Thanksgiving weekend. He's suffering from a hereditary issue that causes blood and fluid buildup in his lungs, and he is in urgent need of a new heart. But citing a policy that's in line with National Transplant Association guidelines, meant to give the patient and the potential organ, which is a precious resource, the best chance at survival, Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston took DJ off the transplant recipient list and said in a statement that, quote, like many other transplant programs in the United States, the COVID-19 vaccine is one of several vaccines and lifestyle behaviors required for transplant candidates in the Mass General Brigham system in order to create both the best chance for a successful operation and also the patient's survival after transplantation. So, what's DJ's family going to do now? Joining us are Tracy Ferguson and David Ferguson Sr., DJ Ferguson's parents, to answer that question. And first things first, thank you for being with us. How are you guys today? And how is DJ doing right now?
Oh, thank you. At first, we watched your segment prior to it. Was very happy nobody got hurt in Pittsburgh. And thank you for having us on here right now. Right now, we're just, as I just saw your opening, DJ has asked them to check his antibodies. He believes he may have had COVID. And his natural immune system would be beneficial to him for survival after transplant. We don't think it's required for the surgery, but his natural. Why aren't they testing for his antibodies? Why don't they do that? It will confirm that he has his own natural immune system ready.
And that has been found by the CDC. I've had COVID myself, and they do say that that you get a boost from that. But the Transplant Association requires lots of vaccines for people to take before transplantation. And so I want to ask you this question. I know people out there are wondering about it. It might be hard for some people to understand why DJ doesn't want to get the shot. Why is that?
Well, DJ is in severe cardiac crisis. He has underwent open heart surgery Tuesday to receive a mechanical heart. His heart function is extremely poor. He is in need of a transplant. The side effects to COVID vaccine is myocarditis, pericarditis, blood clots. DJ's heart is very much enlarged and dilated. He required emergency surgery to his leg to remove a life-threatening artery. So why would he want to have this with all of the side effects? And
Relax.
You're doing great. You're really helping people understand the situation, and we appreciate it. So continue if you'd like.
Yeah, we just wanted to, why would he want a vaccine that
could cause more harm?
Yeah, so he asked the doctors to please provide proof that this vaccine would not be fatal to him. And their response is they cannot give that information. They don't have it. So his position is provide proof. I'm in a life-threatening situation. And I got a call this morning from Marcy, a woman who lost her 40-year-old partner. He was in the same situation at Tufts Medical Center in Boston. He's 40 years old. He was had the balloon pump that DJ had. His heart issue was the same exact as DJ. Received the vaccine August 3rd and passed away August 15th.
And I understand, and I guess the response is The doctors can't tell you whether this particular side effect, myocarditis, that scarring of the heart tissue, which obviously would be very hard on a person like DJ. They can't predict
Right.
who's going to have that or who's not going to have that. Maybe that's what they're talking about. But we did see that on the GoFundMe page you guys have started to help with the cost of this life-saving surgery. That's a whole nother issue in American medicine. But you mentioned that DJ's heart is swollen and dilated, as you just told us. And you also said in that GoFundMe, or I guess in the interview, that DJ's also making this decision because of his personal values. How much is this a sense that of his own values, his own beliefs and understanding of the value of vaccines? Is that it at all, or is he focused on obviously those very significant dangers that a side effect like myocarditis, heart scarring would have for him? How much of it is personal is what I'm asking.
Well, he's not an anti-vaxxer. He is not against. He is vaccinated. He has had all the required vaccines. His concern, because he has had an AFib, is that the side effects that are unknown. And he's an informed patient, and he did some research on his own, and has many questions that people can't answer, and experts and doctors can't answer. Like, typically and traditionally in America, it takes over 5 years to come up with a vaccine approved, and not in a short period of time. And all of the side effects that are being in the news right now, just yesterday, breaking news on the severity of the side effects on healthy people. My son, DJ, needs a heart.
Yeah.
He needs a heart, procedure. I want the doctors to do their job. I want procedure over policy.
Well, let me, and thank you, Tracy, for that. I will note that 10 billion shots have been administered around the world, and then the vast majority of them are doing their job. It's a more recent technology. It's a new technology. That's why they were able to do it rather quickly with new biological scientific techniques. But let me just get off that for a second and ask about the problem at hand here, right? Obviously, DJ is facing a very serious situation. What's next for you guys? How are you guys going to move forward? Are there options for you, or do you think DJ would ever consider getting a shot, getting the vaccine in order to, get the heart transplant?
Really what we're doing at this moment is praying for his speedy recovery so that he can get home and be with his family. He's been without them. They've been out without him since Thanksgiving. He's seen his kids from Christmas morning very quickly. Our hope is that he will be able to be stable enough and get transferred to a hospital which would recommend rather than require the shot in order for him to receive his life-saving heart. And yes, this is a very trying time for our family. And so we've resorted to doing things like this crowdfunding. And DJ has a Give, Send, Go called DJ's Heart, which has been a wonderful example of the generosity of people and how much people truly do care. So I asked you, Terry, seriously, what would you do if you were in DJ's place?
Oh,
or if you were DJ's parent? That's the question. Looking at
DJ's heart.
David, that is...
DJ's heart.
David, that's such a hard question. That is such a hard question. If it were my boy, my son.
Did you do like I did?
Gosh, I'd want him to get the shot, David. That's what I'd want. But I may have a different view of things. I may have a different view of things, but I do feel that there's strong evidence. Yeah, I do understand. I respect that. I understand that. And I understand DJ's thought process is now that you've talked about that.
Yeah.
But I guess I'd listen to the doctors. But that maybe that's just me. But I would listen. I'd want my son to stay with us.
To the doctors. Yeah, we've listened to the doctors. The doctors have said it's not required for the medical procedure. That this is policy.
Oh.
And so for his immune system or the immunosuppressants, he has asked them to check his antibodies to confirm that if he has the natural immunity to COVID. But, proving that it won't take his life if he receives it is what DJ's, that's what he wants to hear, is for some doctor to prove that it won't cause additional harm and or be fatal. And they cannot provide that to him.
I know it. And that's just the nature of yes, David.
I just wanted to say, listen, I know what I would. I don't have much longer walking around here. And if I would give him mine, I am telling you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, I would give my boy my heart. This is being recorded, everybody knows. I don't lie. I would give my boy my heart.
Of course you would. Of course you would.
This second, because it's breaking. Knowing that he's in this condition and being put through this dilemma when he should simply be supported and encouraged for his dignity and courage and strength.
Just needs a heart.
He needs a heart.
He needs a heart. And Tracy and David, we hope and pray that it works out. I know that that people all over the country are praying for you, for DJ, and I know we all feel that we hope that it can work out.
Thank you so much for
That's how
having
we can all
us.
be in this together.
DJ's heart. Give us that
Thank
go.
you.
Thank you, Terry. God
God
bless.
bless you. Good luck to you guys.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.